WITM. Now, unfortunately, match on the card tonight. We scheduled to face off in an 8-man battle royal here tonight on Raw. As I was making our newest WITM member, which we will be introducing here later on in this episode. The game rebooked the card and took Corey off of the card, so unfortunately we do not have a WITM match for you tonight, but I thought since this is our first officially scheduled on some exciting updates we have coming to WITM, the biggest of which being a new WITM member. But before we get into that, while anybody that wants to watch the episode tonight comes in, let's see what transpired on Raw, even though we didn't have a WITM match on there. In a huge upset, Curt Hawkins picked up a non-title victory over the Intercontinental Champion Bobby Lashley. Bayley picked up a victory over Dana Brooke. Sasha Banks also picked up a non-title victory. She defeated the Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss in triple threat action with no decision for Mickie James. In another upset, Breezango picked up a victory over the Authors of Pain. In another upset, another non-title upset, the Ascension picked up a victory over the Raw Tag Team Champions, the Revival. Ember Moon, in somewhat of an upset, she defeated Rowdy Ronda Rousey. And in the main event, in yet another non-title match, it was the Universal Champion Kevin Owens defeating Constable Baron Corbin. How does that affect the rankings on Raw? Let's find out. Starting with the Raw women. Alexa Bliss is Raw Women's Champion. Her contenders: number 1 contender Ember Moon, number 2 Bayley, number 3 Natalya, number 4 Mickie James, number 5 Sarah Logan, number 6 Sasha Banks, number 7 Ronda Rousey, number 8 Nia Jax, number 9 Liv Morgan, number 10 Ruby Riott, and number 11 Dana Brooke. In the Raw Tag Team division, the champions are the Revival. Their number 1 contenders: Dolph Ziggler, Andrew McIntyre. Number 2, The Ascension. Number 3, Breezango. Number 4, Authors of Pain. Number 5, Titus Worldwide. Number 6, The Leader of Worlds. Number 7, The B Team. And number 8, Heath Slater and Rhino. The Intercontinental Champion is Bobby Lashley. His number 1 contender, Kevin Owens. Number 2, Mike Kanellis. Number 3, No Way Jose. Number 4, Corey. Number 5, Roman Reigns. Number 6, Bobby Roode. Number 7, Baron Corbin. Number 7, Dolph Ziggler. Number 9, Curt Hawkins. Number 10, Seth Rollins. Number 11, Jinder Mahal. Number 12, Mojo Rawley. Number 13, Braun Strowman. Number 14, Chad Gable. Number 15, Goldust. Number 16, Finn Balor. Number 17, Zack Ryder. And finally, number 18, Elias. And the Universal Championship rankings. Number 1 contender, Seth Rollins. Number 2, Bobby Lashley. Number 3, Jinder Mahal. Number 4, Roman Reigns. Number 5, Corey. Number 6, Braun Strowman. And number 7, Finn Balor. And the first thing I want to talk about that Andrew and myself agreed on has to do with rankings. And that is that Andrew and I agreed a while back, before we came back after WrestleMania, that our pay-per-view cards would be identical to the real-life versions of the pay-per-views when it comes to match types. But one thing that I haven't been doing, that Andrew mentioned, was I have not been really booking our own versions of the non-title matches featured on the pay-per-view cards. We will now be doing that. We will have non-title matches, the same amount of non-title matches per brand that brand had in real life. So if you didn't make number 1 contender going into a pay-per-view and you're not booked for a title match, you may still have an opportunity to compete for a non-title title matchup as long as you're in the top 6 of your division. So, for example, we may, even though Corey sitting at number 5 in the Universal title rankings and number 4 in the Intercontinental title rankings, probably will not have a Intercontinental or a Universal Championship match at Extreme Rules. He could still appear in a non-title match because he is in the top 6 of his rankings. Of course, the number 1 contender will take on the champion, but those ranked 2 through 6 may still appear in a match for the title. That Andrew and I agreed upon. Secondly, and this has probably been needed for a while, but we now have an official stream scheduled. Tonight is our first scheduled stream, and I wish I had a WITM match to bring you tonight for our very first officially scheduled stream, but we gotta go with what the game books us. Some nights we'll have scheduled streams and not be able to stream because there's no match on the card. We just gotta go with the flow. But when there is a WITM character booked on the night of a scheduled stream, we will, of course, do our best to stream. Here is our schedule. Now, the schedule will be in the description of every video. You can also head over to our website. That link will be in the description as well, is witmwrestling.weebly.com. You'll find all kinds of info there, including our stream schedule, or again, you can just look in the description of the video. But this is our stream schedule. We will stream our version of a WWE show the same night it airs in real life. So on Monday nights, we will have our version of Monday Night Raw, as we are having right now. That will take place at 11:30 Eastern Time, half an hour or so after the real life version of Raw ends airing. Then on Tuesdays, which will be tomorrow night's stream, you get a 2-for-1 special because SmackDown and 205 Live both air on the same night in real life. We will now be airing both SmackDown and 205 Live on the same night as well, all packed into one stream, one episode. So Tuesday nights, SmackDown and 205 Live. Then on Wednesday nights, it's going to be NXT. And the Tuesday night SmackDown 205 live stream is at 11 o'clock Eastern. That's about 10 minutes or so after 205 Live ends airing in real life. On Wednesday nights at 11 o'clock Eastern is NXT. Thursday nights, there are no scheduled WWE shows, so we will not stream on Thursday nights. I may have something involving another game planned in the future for Thursday nights, but that's going to be a wait-and-see kind of thing. I'll give you more info on that in the future if I decide to do that. Friday nights, main event at 11 o'clock Eastern at the Raw Minor Show. If someone on the Raw roster, that's currently just Corey, or someone on the 205 Live roster, that would be Andrew right now, struggles and gets below the top 5 of their division, they may compete on main event in a match. And if so, we will air that match Friday nights at 11 o'clock. Saturday nights, if necessary, will be our NXT TakeOver pay-per-view specials. That will take place at 11:30 Eastern Time. And on Sundays will be our main roster pay-per-views. That will take place at 11:30 Eastern, about a half hour after the real life pay-per-view finishes airing. Our first pay-per-view that we will be airing will take place on Sunday, July 15th at 11:30 Eastern, and that will be the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. As of right now, we do not have any title matches scheduled for that card. We may have Andrew in a Cruiserweight match if they book a match at Extreme Rules in real life. There's still a possibility that Gerald can end up competing for the United States Championship at Extreme Rules. Very slim chance Corey could compete for the Intercontinental or Universal Championship. In the case of Corey and Gerald, most likely, they still may appear in non-title matches at Extreme Rules, either to finish up a rivalry they may have currently going on, or to battle another person in the top five or top six to maybe help them get closer to a title match before the next pay-per-view. Alright, so we have our stream schedule, we have our update about non-title matches at pay-per-views. Now is the moment you all have been waiting for. It is time to introduce to you the newest WITM member. He is the first person to fill out a form on the WITM website in order to join WITM. If you would like to do the same and join WITM as well, and have your own custom character with custom storylines, custom entrance, your own custom moveset crafted by me, unless you, of course, you have your own character on PS4 WWE 2K18 Community Creations I can download. Head on over to our website, witmwrestling.weebly.com. The link will be in the description. So, it's time to introduce to you our newest member of WITM. There you have it. His name is Aiot Master, or maybe Aiot Master. If you happen to watch the stream, maybe just shoot me a message or comment or something, or a private message, so that I have the correct pronunciation of your name, whether it's Aiot Master or Aiot Master. But that is our newest member. His character, he described as an evil, angry character, and my personal favorite. He never smiles on any holiday, which is quite funny because his debut will likely be on our Wednesday night stream, the July 4th edition of NXT. He comes in with a strong rating of 87 overall. That is our second highest rated WITN character behind Andrew Spudstrong. He will debut on NXT, start off going for the North American title. If he has success over that division, he'll move up to the NXT Championship rankings. And then if he has success in the NXT Championship rankings, he can then move up to either Raw or SmackDown on the main roster. And here's a little bit of a better look at Aiot Master, or Aiot Master. I was going to assume it's Aiot Master for now, because like Aeon is a similar word that would be pronounced that way. There he is, Aiot Master. Again, he is an evil hero character, and on the back of his trunks, he simply has the word die. No mistake about it. He wants to end the careers of his opponents and make their careers die by his hands in the ring. He has barbed wire tattoos on his upper arms. He has CM Punk style kick pads, and he will be a force to be reckoned with. His attacks will focus on the body and the head, all leading up to his finisher, a variation of Randy Orton's RKO. And he has a lot of powerful maneuvers in his arsenal, as well as maneuvers that can humiliate his opponents. He is not afraid to go for the back rake, the eye rake, the low blow, whatever it takes to not only win the match, but completely humiliate his opponent. So we are all definitely looking forward to seeing what he can do. Hopefully starting with our Wednesday night stream at 11 o'clock, NXT. Alright, so now that is all the announcements we had to make in this episode. Again, I'm sorry that we do not have a WITM match for you. It's 3 weeks of my Corey character not competing, so. But I'm still having a lot of fun streaming for you guys and watching all of your characters compete, and especially looking forward to Wednesday night, where we hopefully see the debut of Aiot Master. But tomorrow night, it's a 2-for-1 special. We're going to have SmackDown Live and 205 Live, of course, provided both Gerald and Andrew Spudstrong are booked. And we will see Gerald in action on SmackDown Live tomorrow night. He's going to be taking on two very tough opponents. It's going to be the Samoa Submission Machine, Samoa Joe, and the Bulgarian Brute, Rusev, in triple threat action. And where does Gerald stand regarding the title picture? He currently sits number 3 in the U.S. title rankings and number 6 in the WWE Championship rankings. So, not completely out of the picture, especially when it comes to the U.S. title. He can definitely improve his standings and perhaps move up to at least a number 2 spot in the U.S. title rankings a week and a half before Extreme Rules if he can defeat Samoa Joe and Rusev, two powerhouse opponents. That should be a good matchup. And then don't forget, Andrew Spudstrong will likely be in non-title Cruiserweight action as well on 205 Live. It's a 2-for-1 special. Gerald triple threat action on SmackDown Live, and then whatever match Andrew will be participating in on 205 Live. Our first scheduled stream that will actually feature a WITM match. Do not miss it. Tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, SmackDown Live and 205 Live. So, that's going to do it for, well, this episode doesn't have a number, but for this WITM update episode, we're all excited for the future of WITM that is growing. We're going live each and every episode now. We now have a schedule. I'm sorry that the streams are a bit late, but with me closing second shift at work most nights, it's the best I can do. Of course, if you don't feel bad if you can't stay up that late and catch a stream, I totally understand. You're still more than welcome to watch the replays and leave a comment and still get involved with chat and everything. And so that is going to do it for tonight's episode. We're looking forward to seeing you for tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. SmackDown Live and 205 Live. Gerald and our Cruiserweight Champion, Andrew Spudstrong, in action. And then Wednesday night, hopefully on the 4th of July, a holiday that he hates, the debut of Aiot Master on NXT. Until then, this is Corey with WITM Call Wrestling, signing off. We'll see you tomorrow night at 11.